Raymond Carver wrote, "Suppose I say summer. Write the word hummingbird. Put it in an envelope. Take it down the hill to the box. When you open my letter, you will recall those days and how much, just how much, I love you." In this excerpt from Michael Keddington's journal from The Carousel, a novel by Richard Paul Evans. Summer is a fever of sorts, hot and deceptive, like falling in love. Hello once again, I'm Don Jackson with the heartbeat of the internet in the heart of summer. In the novel The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald, the heroine, Daisy, wants to celebrate the summer solstice. She says, "In 2 weeks, it'll be the longest day of the year." She looked at us all radiantly. "Do you always watch for the longest day of the year and then miss it?" "I always watch for the longest day in the year and then miss it." "We ought to plan something," yawned Miss Baker, sitting down at the table as if she were getting into bed. "All right," said Daisy. "What'll we plan?" She turned to me helplessly. "What do people plan?" End quote. Well, to answer Daisy's question, some will take part in elaborate ceremonies at the exact moment of the summer solstice. You've no doubt seen the gatherings at ancient stone monuments like Stonehenge. If you're a druid, then you might travel there. But most of us do nothing. Oh, we're well aware that it's the first day of summer, but rarely, if ever, do we do something that will celebrate the official arrival of summer. We let the day pass without a second thought, just like Daisy remembered. But the rest of the summer? We have that down to a fine art. Evening's breath, wandering here and there over the quivering surface of the stream, wakes not one ripple from its summer dream. Some dreams of summer. James Kavanagh, author of Sunshine Days and Foggy Nights, wrote, "I was born to catch dragons in their dens and pick flowers, to tell tales and laugh away the morning, to drift and dream like a lazy stream, and walk barefoot across sunshine days." But a summer dream is often shared by all of us, each one adding one more thread to the tapestry. This is called Summer Night by Sarah Teasdale. In the wild, soft summer darkness, how many and many a night we two together sat in the park and watched the Hudson, wearing her lights like golden spangles glinting on black satin. The rail along the curving pathway was low in a happy place to let us cross, and down the hill a tree that dripped with bloom sheltered us, while your kisses and the flowers, falling, falling, tangled my hair. The frail white stars moved slowly over the sky. And now, far off in the fragrant darkness, the tree is tremulous again with bloom, for June comes back. Tonight, what girl dreamily before her mirror shakes from her hair this year's blossoms, clinging in its coils? Tova Martin, contributing editor in the June 1999 issue of Victoria magazine, for an article about irises in the column Along the Garden Path, presented us with one glorious moment from the month of June, and I quote, "Summer overtakes the garden in waves, and sometime between the peonies and the roses, the delicious interlude of irises arrives. There comes a sunny day in June when they all open in unison in every shade imaginable. Among the oldest flowers in cultivation, the iris was anciently described as having a sword for its leaf, a lily for its heart." End quote. Summer is the time when roses come into full bloom as well, and the flowers vie with one another in what one writer once described as a riot of color. Whether they do so to attract the eye of one who might want to pick them to hold near the heart is debatable, but it is a wonderful thought. Carl Sandburg remembered, and her lips reminded people of deep red roses waiting in the cool of the summer evening. It was out by Donny Carney when the bat flew from tree to tree. My love and I did walk together, and sweet were the words she said to me. Along with us the summer wind went murmuring, oh happily, but softer than the breath of summer was the kiss she gave to me. Song by James Joyce. Tennyson wrote, "The firefly wakens," and I thought we might see if we can stir a few fireflies from their slumbers. Again, the words of Sarah Teasdale. This is called Clear Evening. The crescent moon is large enough to linger a little while after the twilight goes. This moist midsummer night, the garden perfumes are earth and apple, dewy pine and rose. Over my head, 4 new-cut stars are glinting, and the inevitable night draws on. I am alone. The old terror takes me. Evenings will come like this when I am gone. Evenings on evenings, years on years forever. Be taught, my spirit. Close upon and keep the scent, the brooding chill, the gliding firefly. A poem learned before I fall asleep. What do I want to take home from my summer vacation? Time. The luxury of being at rest. The days when you shut down the mental machinery that keeps life on track and let life simply wander. The days when you stop planning, analyzing, thinking, and just are. Summer is my period of grace. Ellen Goodman in the Washington Post. I was out on a bike ride just the other night. I stopped for a moment to cool off with a drink from my water bottle. It was quiet. There was no breeze to rustle the tall grass of the ravine. I caught a glimpse of something flashing near the path. It was my first glimpse of a firefly this summer. Earlier that day, our few milkweed plants were visited by the first monarch butterfly we've seen so far. And with all the talk about decreased numbers, I thought we might go another summer without seeing one. Of course, you might miss any one of these delicate creatures if your eyes are closed. A warm summer afternoon invites us to relax and while away a few lazy hours, as Ellen Goodman suggested in the Washington Post. John Sinor from the San Diego Tribune wrote, "Early afternoon, when the sun's still high, is the best time for sleeping under a tree. During those hours, a warm shade comes straight down around the trunk. Any clothing that is not crumple-proof is suitable. The idea is to wake up wrinkled on the outside, but straightened out a bit on the inside. Alice Adams wrote, "Everything that I had wanted had come to pass. A hot southern summer, and time at a southern beach, and a summer love." That quote was featured in an article about summer love by Craig Wilson in the August 22nd, 1990 issue of USA Today in the Life section. He called it, and I quote, "a love that's short and oh so sweet." For isn't that the nature of a summer love? To burn itself out quickly? But while you're waiting for the flame to go out, it's a very intense flare-up. End quote. The heat of the sun, the outdoor gatherings on the beach and on patios can naturally lead to a chance meeting. But a summer love is inherently ephemeral, like the season itself. Faye was perennially summer. More than bronze-skinned and barefoot, she was the warm nights of the season, the hot breeze that caressed my hair, dampened my brow, and filled each breath. Summer and all its reckless promise. We both knew it would be our last carefree summer together. An excerpt from The Carousel, a novel by Richard Paul Evans. This is a poem by Emily Dickinson. Sweet is the swamp with its secrets, until we meet a snake. 'Tis then we sigh for houses, and our departure take at that enthralling gallop that only childhood knows. A snake is summer's treason, and guile is where it goes. Unfortunately, it's not a Game of Thrones type of summer that might last for decades. That would be delicious. If we were in Winterfell, eventually winter would come, and that could last a lifetime. Being so ephemeral, like the life of a small butterfly, we wring out as much pleasure as we can from it. The humidity can be stifling at times. The heat can almost be suffocating. It's difficult to breathe, and yet we feel the sensual warmth in every part of our being. And something in a humid night, when heat lightning flashes silently in the distance, can bring us memories of long-ago summer nights, spent in the arms of one who taught us the beginnings of love. Good night, sweet dreams. I'm Don Jackson.